This is one of the greatest propaganda paintings ever made, and if you're 99.9% of people, you likely wouldn't have noticed the time on this clock. Excuse me, the time on the clock. What does that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with anything because this clock reads 4:13 a.m. And how do we know that it's a.m. and not p.m.? Because Napoleon looks a little rough. His dishevelled hair, his unbuttoned cuffs, wrinkled stockings, and we haven't even touched the late-night candles. You think it's by accident that one is short and the other is burnt out? Nothing is by accident. Right. This was the type of leader that when the rest of France were peacefully at rest, he and he alone would work away on the behalf of the French people to maintain civil order. And as we scan over his desk, filled with piles of dossiers and rolled papers, a careful eye might have also spotted the word code right here as a direct nod to the Napoleonic code, of which he was the architect. It is the only legible word in the artwork outside of the signature of the artist himself, which can be found on this rolled paper on the floor. But that is a story for another day, because tonight, Napoleon isn't heroic crossing the Alps on a brilliant white horse. He's not a king crowning himself in front of the Pope. No. Tonight, Napoleon is a statesman. He's unpolished, yes. Rugged, yes. But he's calm, composed, and ethical. And that's the first part of this painting that makes it so brilliant, because even without having clued into those details, you get a sense that this is a man who's doing something important. He isn't waving a sword in the air so as to say that he commands the winds, but it isn't that far away from his person to remind you that in fact he does. And this is where the genius of Jacques-Louis David really shines through, because he takes the visual language of a grand portrait and injects it into a genre painting. Here, Napoleon is both a man and the architectural centerpiece of the artwork. He occupies nearly the entire height of the tall vertical canvas, and therefore becomes a monument in a space that is designed to feel shallow, so as to keep you inside it. He also masterfully plays with the light to tell you exactly where to look. A tireless, decorated leader who can do it all on the battlefield and in an office, and you buy it because everything is executed with a consideration for its physical truthfulness. The satin feels like satin. The metal shines like metal would. The carpet is thick and warm, and the wood looks to be as polished as a hand might feel it in real life. And where any other artist might stage a scene to feel real, the French master gives us the evidence to say that it really is. The question now is, do you believe him